The dupe is the Stila liquid eyeshadow against the newer e.l.f. liquid eyeshadows. Online, I did see someone compare Flirty Birdie to Kitten, but it actually looks a lot better on my lid. It's actually really pretty. That's why you don't just do swatches. Okay, actually those are a lot more similar in shade than I thought they would be. Hi guys, welcome to Emmarie Lane, where my goal is to save you money by battling similar beauty products and methods to see which one's best for you. Oh, and remind you that you are enough. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be testing a dupe. The dupe is the Stila liquid eyeshadow against the newer e.l.f. liquid eyeshadows. My sister was super nice and let me kind of pick through her makeup that she wasn't using, and I found these, which I was super excited for because I've heard nothing but good things. I played with them a few times. I really love them, and I saw online that someone compared the newer e.l.f. liquid eyeshadows against the Stila ones, and I was like, ooh, let's try that since I already have the Stila. So you can basically buy 3 of the e.l.f. eyeshadows for the price of 1 of the Stila. These cost $5 each, and the Stila cost $24, which is an amazing deal. So the e.l.f. liquid eyeshadows have 8 shades. I did find a few dupes that looked pretty similar swatches wise when I was scrolling through Stila's website. I didn't go through and try to match everything, but a few that stood out to me were the Vivid Sharpie shade versus the Ocean Eyes shade, the Vivid Labradorite shade versus the Black Magic shade, Bronze Belle versus Copper Pop, and then I had the shade in Kitten versus Flirty Birdie in the e.l.f. one. So we're gonna give that a go. In person, they're a little bit more different, so we'll see what happens. I really wanted to focus more on formula versus exact shades though. I also got the shade Dirty Martini because I was curious to see how a darker formula would show up versus a lighter one. I couldn't find a dupe for the darker one I had, which is Twig in the Stila one. So I just got the closest one I could find, and I kind of just wanted to swatch them to see what they look like formula wise, just so you could get an idea if the darker shades are just as good. So I guess I'm just gonna get into it. So I just want to start out by swatching them. So this is e.l.f. in Flirty Birdie. So e.l.f. definitely has a lot of glitter to it, which some Stila eyeshadows do have glitter chunks in it. The ones that I have don't. So you can see they're pretty similar. I see where people were going with this, but the e.l.f. has glitter chunks in it. Online, I did see someone compare Flirty Birdie to Kitten. They didn't show swatches though, which I should have known that was kind of a bad sign. But I do want to see formula-wise if they're just as good. Right off the bat, e.l.f. when you blend it out looks a little bit more sheer, but swatches don't tell everything. Things show up different on eyelids versus the back of your hand. I do want to see how the darker formulas compare though. Awful swatch, but this is Twig and this is Dirty Martini. So Dirty Martini definitely looks more muddy. Like I said, I know they're not the same, but I just want to get an idea of what a darker shade would look like and compare formulas that way. I might throw these on my eyes real quick just to see what they look like, but I am planning on wearing Kitten and Flirty Birdie all day today, but I might just pop these on real quick and see what they look like. I'm kind of doing a really bad job at it. Okay, I might have done that a little too fast. It looks kind of messy, but it actually looks a lot better on my lid. It's actually really pretty. It actually looks a lot better on my lid than it does on my hand. That's so messy though. Oh my goodness. Okay, I cleaned it up a little bit. It's still not perfect. Just ignore it. I'm taking it off in a second. But the e.l.f. is so much more pigmented on the eyelids. I don't know if it's because like I make sure to layer it just a little bit more versus just swatching it once. But I treated it similarly to how I would treat the Stila. I just made sure I kind of just covered the lid and then blended it out a little bit. And I think it looks great pigment wise and like color payoff wise. It's not blotchy like the swatches. That's why you don't just do swatches. Okay, I'm gonna take this off real quick and I'll add a little bit of shadow to my lids and then we can play with these colors. Okay, I got a little bit of shadow on. I just put some pink shadow in my crease just to kind of make things a little bit more cohesive when I apply the liquid shadows. Let's get zoomed in and see how this turns out. Okay, so I'm gonna do, I think we'll do Stila on the right, e.l.f. on the left. Kind of concerned with the whole glitter chunks thing in the e.l.f. one, but we'll see what happens. I really do love this stuff. It's like incredible. e.l.f. time. Okay, actually those are a lot more similar in shade than I thought they would be. We are running into the issue, the fact that these have glitter chunks in them. They're definitely similar in shade and undertone, but they're definitely not the same finish. Like, hold on. I'm gonna let this dry down for a sec. Okay, once they dry down, they look more similar. I would say they look more similar in person than they are in my viewfinder. You can definitely see that the e.l.f. is more textured. I went back and found the original dupe article and I was like, did they mean the glitter and glow? I don't have the glitter and glow, but just by looking at Stila's website, it looks more similar to the glitter and glow versus the shimmer and glow. But no, they said shimmer and glow and I was like, maybe they were going off color more than formula, because they are really similar shades, but like finish wise, I would say not as much. The Stila just looks so much more smooth where you can really see the chunks of glitter in the e.l.f. Okay, so now that everything's dried down, the finishes look exactly the same except for the fact that this side has glitter. So I might put a little bit of glitter on this side just so things look a little bit more cohesive, and I already know what the wear looks like by the end of the day with this one. I'm really mostly just testing out the e.l.f. one for the first time, so I might do that just a little bit. But I'm curious to see how the e.l.f. shadow will wear and if it's gonna like flake off or there's gonna be glitter everywhere by the end of the day. There is a little bit of glitter on the side that I tried the first e.l.f. shadow, but I think that's because I removed it. There's no glitter on this side so far, that like no fallout or anything like that. So we'll see how things go. I don't understand what they were thinking. When whoever wrote the article was like, this is a total dupe, I'm like, did you actually try it or did you just like look at both bottles and were like, this is a dupe? Oh well, I'm still gonna see this all the way through. We have to. Okay, I did decide to quickly add some glitter to the Stila side, and now it looks the exact same. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to tell them apart if I didn't know which one was which. Okay, I just had to throw that out real quick. Okay, now for real. I'll see you at the end of the day. Okay, it's the end of the day, and this is what we look like. I think everything looks awesome. There's no creasing, there's no flaking, there's no patchiness. There is a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of glitter fallout. Not enough that I'm like, this is horrible. I feel like I'd be shocked if there wasn't any at all. So it's not an exact dupe because it has glitter in it. I mean, I haven't tried the glitter and glow ones, but I'm sure that those are more similar than the shimmer and glow ones just because, you know, glitter chunks. But if you don't mind a little glitter, this is great. It really is. I'm super excited to mess around with it some more. And once you put it on, it's easy to blend out, and once you put it on there, it doesn't go away until the end of the day when you're ready to take it off. And I feel like that's why, besides like just the look of it, that's why everyone loves the Stila one so much. So is it an exact dupe? No. Is it still amazing? And if you want to save some money, it's a great option. Heck yes. If you want to see which highly rated lip primer is the best option, you can click right here. I love you guys so much, and don't ever forget that you are enough. Bye. Mwah.